Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you are all well. As always, I got another fragrance rotation video for you guys. Going to be done in a 2-week block, so I'm going to be leaving the names of the fragrances and the day that I wore them in the description so you guys can follow along and keep track. Monday, we got Unique Luxury Soscentific. There's not a lot to be said about this fragrance other than if you like fruity fragrances that still smell unique, this is a really good one. It's got cherry, strawberry, peach. One of my favorite things about this fragrance is a little bit nostalgic. It kind of reminds me of those fruit cups that you would get in school as a kid. You know, you open it, it's got the peach, cherry, strawberry, whatever. Just the standard generic fruit cups. But it does have a little bit of that smell in there, and I absolutely love it for that. Got some floral notes in there as well. Lots of compliments on that one too. I like it from the house Unique Luxury. It's not my favorite from the house. Probably not even top 5 because there's just so many good ones. But man, springtime, summertime, that one is absolutely incredible. So 2 days in a row, we got Unique Luxury. This is Hidden Accords. This one is not spoken about much from the house, and I have no idea why. I have a couple subscribers I know really enjoy it. They've commented it before. This fragrance is incredible. It's got pear, jasmine, coffee. The coffee note is prevalent in here, so if you like coffee notes, I would say that this is definitely a go, but it's also not extremely centered around the note of coffee, not something like New Harlem from Bond Number 9, so it is heavy coffee presence in here, but there's so many things to the fragrance, and it's called Hidden Accords for a reason, because in the air and how it's blended, I just don't know the proper words to describe it. You just got to try it. It's creamy, slightly floral, a little fruity, but you almost would not even pick up the fruit or the pear in there because the coffee is heavy enough to kind of mask it and cover it. You just got to try it. It's really, really good if you like coffee fragrances that are not overly heavy with that coffee note, but still present. So Wednesday, we got Roja Parfums Diaghilev. This is pretty controversial because a lot of people have this as like one of their favorites from the house. Other people really hate this fragrance. They do. And I can see why. You know, the first 10-15 minutes and even smelling it out of the bottle, it is a very Chypre fragrance. You know, it's got a lot of moss. Some people kind of equate it with the way that it's blended to almost like a grandma or grandpa smell. And I do get that a little bit in there, but after 10-15 minutes on skin, this stuff just becomes absolute dynamite. I can see why people love it, and it is an extremely high quality fragrance from the house of Roja Parfums. So if you're into kind of like fruity, Chypre type of fragrances, definitely get a sample of it first, see how it goes on your skin, because it may have some qualities that you may not like. But overall, man, Diaghilev, powerful, classy, and classic. Another one from the house of Roja Parfums. Looks like I just wanted to wear 2 in a row of everything to start the week, so. Now this is not the Sultan of Oman. That one is probably next on my list. From all the ones I tried from the golf collection, this one was my favorite. And I'm trying to remember which one it is. I think I have the box right here. Yeah, this is the Arab Emirates. Yeah, this is the Arab Emirates one. They have the Sultan of Oman. I think there's 4 or 5 in the collection. But guys, the rose note in here and the resins, the oud, it's not like overly animalic. It's not something that is off-putting. So if you're a little bit, hesitant to try out some more powerful Middle Eastern oud fragrances, this is really nice. It's not barnyard, animalic again. Very smooth, resiny, cleaner oud in my opinion. They may be using a combination of different types of oud. I'm not going to pretend to be an expert on that. But whatever it is that they're doing, the blending is absolutely phenomenal on that one. Got to check it out if you like rose and oud fragrances. It is a lot different than any rose and oud fragrance that I have tried from the house of Roja Parfums as well. So that's very interesting. Now, what do we got? Friday, Dubai Amber here. Probably my last time wearing this fragrance the entire year. It's just getting too warm out, so I really wanted to wear this. I sprayed it on heavy, and man, I really am glad I bought a bottle of this fragrance. Of course, I wanted to complete the Dubai collection anyway. This stuff is just absolutely insane, especially during cooler weather. It is musky, it is incense heavy, it is sweet with the raspberry and vanilla. It's got incense, saffron. You guys just got to look up the notes. This thing just has a laundry list of very expensive ingredients. I believe it has types of like balsam oils like geranium and other sorts of notes like that. Just a very complex, heavy, and unapologetic Middle Eastern fragrance. Very well done, and one of my favorite from the house for cooler weather. Just dynamite stuff there. Extreme longevity. I mean, nuclear projection, longevity. Careful how you spray that one. It is very, very strong. So, this is Saturday here. We got Roja Parfums again. 3 on the list for this week. 2 of them were newer, so I think it was Diaghilev and Isola Blue were the newer ones for me. But Isola Blue, I don't know if this is going to take over Oceania for me. I'm not sure. This is a really, really good fragrance. They are very different. There's a lot more heavy on the typical like blue fruit notes, you know, a little more pineapple, ambergris, a little bit more marine. Oceania is more citrus and floral forward with a little bit of those marine notes in there. But in terms of like ocean or marine fragrances, I think Isola Blue is more traditional in that category, where Oceania is a lot more of like a citrus and floral masterpiece. This one is going to get a ton of compliments. I've only worn it once or twice so far. I think actually this is, and this week was my first time wearing it after I bought it, and it is absolutely excellent. I can see why people really like that fragrance. So Sunday, last but not least, 3 from Roja and 3 from Unique Luxury. So a little bit of a heavy day or heavy week for these fragrances, but that's just how it goes sometimes. Sometimes you're just in a mood. And Sunday was Istanbul. Love this fragrance, very strong. Grape, neroli, tea note. You got some toffee, like caramel notes in the base, so it's like slightly gourmand with those citrus and tea notes with the grape. Outstanding stuff. Very versatile fragrance too. It's definitely something with that tea, the citrus, and the grape. You could certainly wear it during spring. Summer, I would certainly spray it lighter if you're going to wear it during summer, because this is a very strong fragrance, just like everything from the house of Unique Luxury. But this one I think is just an all-around banger, year-round. Can wear it pretty much in any situation. Certainly powerful enough, and with those sweeter gourmand notes, would go just fine in the fall or winter time as well. So on to week 2 now. We had it started off with the 2 new Zodiac series that I got in from Boadicea the Victorious. This is Hasu, or if you're a Ronaldo fan, Hasu. See what I did there? I got you guys. So Hasu, guys, I don't know what to say about this fragrance. Mossy, woody, animalic, fruity, green, slightly floral. It smells great out of the bottle, but on skin, like 2 to 3 hours after you spray it, this stuff just turns into absolute magic. And it should, for the price that it costs retail. Let's just be honest with ourselves here. These are very expensive fragrances. It's not just the presentation. That is a big part of it. They're hand engraved, dipped in gold. Actually helps, in my opinion, a lot prevent counterfeiting, because I bought fake Boadiceas before on accident on eBay, being in a rush to buy something that it wasn't a deal that was too good to be true. You know, I think I paid like $400 or $500 for one of the Zodiac series. It was new without a box, and it was my fault for not looking at the pictures closer. When I got the fragrance in, the coverings on the fragrance bottle were plastic. So didn't even need to spray the fragrance. Don't even know what was in the bottle. Didn't need to spray it. Already knew it was fake. The eBay seller was very gracious and understanding, and I actually helped him authenticate some of his other products and let him know exactly what to look for Boadicea when they're being faked. So he was very appreciative of me sharing my knowledge with him about the fake Boadiceas. And yeah, just be careful out there. It was my fault. Should have looked at the pictures closer. It was in a little bit of a rush because I've always been looking for Orica, and that was one of the fake ones that I bought. And got my money back, of course, but you live and you learn. A little bit of a waste of time. So, Dragon, that was the next one that I got, and that's why I wore these 2 days in a row. And I have to say, I mean, Valiant is incredible. You guys know Hanuman is one of my favorite from the entire house. Hasu, absolutely incredible. Dragon may be my number 1 from the house if I had to rank it right now, other than Aqua Sapphire. I mean, it's just so hard. There's so many. I bought a backup bottle of Alcif too. Alcif is one of my favorites. It's no longer made, but there's something special about Dragon. It's sweet without being like a maltol or weird type of smell. You get that in the air a lot with Baccarat Rouge and some other fragrances that use a lot of maltol. And I'm not saying it doesn't have that in here, but it doesn't have that like burnt cotton candy smell. This has a sweetness that seems to come more from like resins and incense and florals. It's just to die for, man. This is just unbelievably good stuff. Spring and summer, I don't know. I mean, I had one of my subscribers say if you spray it on lighter, he could deal with it. And I could see that, you know, even it is heavy, it's sweet. So it'd be really good for fall, winter time, just with those two notes right there. But it's got a little cinnamon in there, got some nice floral notes. I think this is just going to be an all year type of fragrance. Just really just depends on kind of how you spray it and what situations that you wear it in. But Dragon is unbelievable stuff, guys. That's incredible. Dragon is really, really incredible, and I'm very much enjoying it right now. So, Black Sapphire, what do we got here? This is on Wednesday. I've told some of my subscribers about this. This is one that you want to approach with caution. It is very overwhelming, a little bit confusing and intimidating in the first 20 to 30 minutes of the fragrance, especially when you first spray it on. It's so rose, beeswax, and saffron heavy, and incense and oud heavy. It is a true assault on your senses. But this fragrance, after about an hour of the dry down on skin, it's game over. Absolute compliment magnet. Absolutely masterclass stuff from the House of Bond number 9. I can see why people don't like it. It may not go well on their skin, or they may have just sprayed it and never given it a chance because they may have sprayed it on a testing strip. But at least for me, on my skin, and I know a few other subscribers have said the same thing, just wait for the dry down, and this fragrance is magical. So what we got here? Thursday, another unique luxury. I must have ordered some stuff from them recently. So Chypre Toscano, and this was actually before Ocean the Rive came out. I ordered Istanbul, Chypre Toscano, and a couple other ones, but I placed probably 2 direct orders with them in the last month. I was waiting for Ocean the Rive, and I wanted to place this order, and it was not out yet in the United States, so then it was like a week or 2 later after I bought these that I bought the newest release, which was Ocean the Rive. But this one here on Thursday, this is Chypre Toscano. And a little bit like Hidden Accords, not at all in terms of how it smells, but it is a really, really good fragrance, some unique luxury, and it's not spoken about a lot. It's got some spice notes. I think it's got like cinnamon, clove, some green notes. The leather in here is incredible. It's a very clean leather. It's not like Wood and Mood Absolute, to where it's more of an animalic, dirty leather. This is like a clean, new car, brand new baseball glove. Almost reminds me a little bit, and this is another nostalgic thing with fragrances, how they can kind of transport you to a place that you've been before. If anyone's been to a mall back in the late 90s, early 2000s, if you were even alive at that point, those old Brookstone stores that you used to walk into that had that really leathery smell with all the massage chairs and all the other stuff. They had like shoes in there. This kind of reminds me of walking into like one of the older Brookstone stores. It's got a lot more to the fragrance than that, but that's one of the first things that hits me when I smell the leather in this fragrance, is walking into a Brookstone store in the early 2000s, late 90s. So, Nemean Lion here on Friday. Unbelievable fragrance. I don't have to speak about this a lot. You guys know I already love the House of Argos, and one of my favorites, especially masculine fragrances from the House of Argos, is Nemean Lion. Stuff is insane. It's green, outdoor, oud, leather, both animalic too. The oud and the leather in here, in my opinion, are both very animalic. That's what it's supposed to be. The name of the fragrance is Nemean Lion, and goodness gracious, they have absolutely hit this one out of the park. It's not always available on Argos's webpage. I think it is available now. I haven't checked in a little bit, but yeah, if you see Nemean Lion available and you like these types of fragrances, the masculine, heavy, oud, leather, animalic fragrances, you got to get your hands on Nemean Lion while it's available. So Saturday, one of my favorite fragrances in my entire collection, and especially from the House of Amouage. Loved by me, hated by others. That's fine. It'll make it that much cheaper and easier for me to find a backup bottle when the time comes, because I shined a light through it, and I think the fill level is about right here, which for me and all the fragrances in my collection, that is a really good dent. There's just something so addicting about this fragrance, like a little earthy, ashy, sweet, a little bit like a burnt cotton candy note, but in the best sort of way possible. I don't even know how to describe it. Patchouli in there, some like cedars and woods as well, definitely wood heavy. I absolutely love this stuff. It's addicting. and it is also one of my most genuinely complimented fragrance, not volume-wise, but there has been 2 occasions where people have walked up to me, complete strangers, asked me what I'm wearing, who makes it, where to find it, how much it costs, all the questions that lead you to believe that someone doesn't just like the way the fragrance smells, they truly have an intention of finding it for either themselves or a significant other, and they want to purchase it. And I've even had guys come up to me with this fragrance, be like, yo man, I know it's kind of a little bit weird, but what are you wearing? Silver oud. And I'll tell them I don't really gatekeep fragrances. And I even tell them, I was like, wait 20 to 30 minutes after you spray it on, because how you're smelling it now is not how it smells out of the bottle or when you first spray it. It's a little bit, again, not in terms of how it smells, but it is a little bit like black sapphire and maybe Diaghilev, where it probably needs a little bit of time to kind of adjust to your skin, dry down, and get rid of those, not really get rid of, but kind of get through those very overwhelming notes, because this is definitely what I would consider an unapologetic Middle Eastern offering from Amouage. Last and definitely not least, Bond number 9 Dubai Amethyst on Sunday. I don't wear this fragrance a lot anymore because I actually gifted this fragrance to my mother on Mother's Day. I think it was last year, and this has like become her signature scent. I gave her a bunch of different samples that I had from Bond 9, and I think I had a bonbon of this, or maybe it was just a regular sample, I forget. But of all the stuff that I gave her, this is the one that she liked the most, and this has become one of her signature scents. So I still have my bottle, she's got her bottle, but this is just something I don't wear a lot because it's become kind of one of her signature scents. So I just wear it whenever I'm not around her, you know. It's kind of one of those things, and it smells completely different on her, you know. Even though I recognize it as amethyst because it has such a distinct smell, I get so much more tobacco and patchouli on my skin wearing this, where it seems for her it's more like rose and lily. And of course that could be your mind playing tricks because it's a woman and it's your mother, but for me, I feel like skin chemistry really affects this fragrance, and this fragrance is truly unisex. It smells very luxurious, it's clean, tropical, slight tobacco note. It's not centered around tobacco, but the tobacco is present enough to where you can pick it up. It's not going to be for everybody, but for me, definitely one of the best fragrances from the Dubai series. I think in my last video, I want to say I had it ranked like 4 or 5. I believe it was in the top 5, but in terms of projection as well, I mean, obviously amber, black sapphire, there's a lot of really strong projecting fragrances from Bond number 9's Dubai series, but the way that amethyst fills out a room and leaves a scent trail, for me, it's almost unheard of. It really is. It's got ambroxan in there too, which I know some people aren't a fan of, but it's not an ambroxan bomb. It's not anything like a Dior Sauvage or other fragrances that overdose ambroxan. I feel they put it in there just for a little bit of balance in the fragrance, and man, just the whole composition of Dubai Amethyst, I'm a fan of it. Really enjoy it. So hope you guys liked the video. Got a lot of stuff coming for the channel. Got more fragrances in that I can currently review just due to time and my job and everything like that. So it's one of those things to where I'm going to keep doing these rotations in these 2-week blocks. It is a little bit easier, and it allows me to have a little bit more time to do other videos, so I can just set this up in a 2-week block, do a video, and get through it, and then you guys will have all that information, and I'll have that in my video storage as well. And it's really nice to do this because it does help me keep track of what I wear. I will probably go back through some of the older videos and at the end of this year kind of see what some of my most worn fragrances are. So that'll be a fun video to do. See you guys soon.